Hey, what it do? What the business is?
It is another week in the books with the On Deck TV show. I am Spike Lou.
Man, holla at your boy Animal Brown, Animal underscore Brown if you're looking for me on socials.
Absolutely, man. And I am Spike Lou on those same social sites. Guys, on Deckers, y'all are in for a surprise this week. Got my main man Rich over here to chop game with us and go over these topics. Rich, how you feeling?
Feeling good, man. Feeling great. Honored to be here with y'all brothers, man. Looking forward to today's episode. It's been a long time coming.
Tell them what you do,
Absolutely.
Rich, for those who may not have heard.
A little bit of everything, y'all. Produce mostly podcasts. I like to view myself as a producer. I like creating ideas for other people, but I am heavy in the podcast space. Spike Lou and myself linked up on Good Earners, reviewing The Sopranos. So we co-host on that. He's also helping me out at the Culture Garden, which is the flagship podcast discussing film of the culture. We're doing I say that, and I'm about to say we're doing a best episode ever series where we try to pick the best episode of a TV series. We're covering Entourage right now in honor of its 20th year anniversary. It's wild to think that. Also, a new co-host on Another Week in the Books,
Yes,
which is one of the
sir.
main reasons I'm here today to help promote that. Shout out to the good brother Mo, held it down for 100 episodes. Actually had the honor of interviewing AB and Spike Lou on one of those episodes. I forget which
Oh,
chapter. And I can't forget we got y'all television podcast. Right now we're covering House of the Dragon. We'll be covering Bel Air in a couple weeks. I got to shout out Ray P, the one and only. So yeah, man, a lot of stuff. Got more things coming down the pipeline. But yeah, man, it's a good time. I'm really enjoying the space.
Absolutely, man. We happy to have you here. And exactly, you hinted towards it. You're gonna be co-hosting with me on Another Week in the Book, starting the next book. That first book is done with Mo. Thank you for your services, my brother. Now me and Rich about to lean more into some accountability. AB been trying to get me to come run with him for at least a month, and I ain't
Mhm.
done it yet. So I'm trying to be better in all of those spaces and being more accountable, more healthy, and that's what we're gonna be addressing in the next book, man. So y'all stay forward. Excuse me, stay tuned. It'll be coming up in a week. We taking a week off, and we're gonna be back to it.
super
No
dope, man.
doubt,
Make sure
man.
y'all tap into
All right,
all of that.
business
Rewind it
out
if
the
you need
way.
to.
Yes.
Coming up today though.
Before you get to the topic, real quick
Oh, go
though,
ahead, go ahead.
AB, break this tide, Rich. You walk into a room. I got three different answers in the group chat. You walk into a room, Jay-Z, Jordan, and Barack standing there. Who hand you shaking first?
Me personally, or the cultural
Yeah,
acceptance?
this a personal thing.
Hove.
This is your personal
Hove.
thing.
Yeah.
Ho,
Hove.
that same thing
Easy.
AB said.
Hove. Yeah.
That's easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hove. Like I didn't have to hesitate on that.
I,
Unless
Hove.
one
I
of
had
the
to
Hove.
think
other ones
about
is
it, but Hove
blatantly
is
in
mine.
front of me, I ain't disrespecting and like reaching over niggas and shit. But if they're all in the
I was
same, I'm going to hold first. Like, that's a
I,
layup.
Mm.
like AB said, if President Obama's in front of me, I'm not passing him up to get to Hove. I'm not doing that to none of them. But it's Hove, President Obama, MJ.
Got you. Okay. Yeah,
Easy.
my Hove first too.
Easy call. Let us know in the comments, man, who y'all dapping up first, man. But yo, action-packed episode coming up this week, man. Listen, we got a lot of big releases dropping on Friday. We're gonna discuss which ones we're looking forward to the most. Amber Rose had some things to say, some interesting comments about Meg Thee Stallion's appearance at Kamala's rally. And Nas is working on a concept album based on a movie. We'll tell you which movie that is and whether we are looking forward to it or not. But first, looking back at some of the releases this week, Kanye West promised that he was dropping Vultures 2 on Friday, and it did not come out, of course, but Saturday it did. So we kind of got it. Um, it's been pretty quiet on social media for this Vultures 2. You guys have been paying any attention. Lou, I'm starting with you. Did Kanye drop his worst project?
Play the cue the Undertaker music, dude. It's over. This is a rap. Like put the nail in the coffin. I listened to three songs. That's all I could make it through with the AI Kanye raps. Like when niggas are questioning if your shit is AI now, and like, I don't even know if you really doing it. And I really couldn't believe how he was rapping on them first two songs, which made me stop listening to it. It was like he was joking around. It's almost like the movie we'll talk about later that we seen over the weekend. Like it was just disrespectful. Kanye is losing that luster. Maybe he should just get back behind the boards and play that aspect of the genius of his musical career. But if he keep rapping, it's gonna make it easier and easier for niggas to forget about him, especially with all that raggedy shit that he got going on outside the booth. This was his worst project that I've heard. And I hate some of his projects. Like, you know how I feel about Yeezus. This worse than that.
Or hating a Kanye project is nasty. Rich, where are you putting this Vultures 2, man?
Yeah, it's near the bottom, if not at the bottom. Here's the thing about Kanye. Kanye, you can't take away his genius. But there's one thing, he's had bad projects, but I don't know if I've ever heard an uninspired project from Kanye. And this was an uninspired
That's it.
project. Like it's one thing to be bad at, because even his bad is better than 70% of everything out there. But uninspired, he threw this together. You can tell by the way it dropped on Saturday. It came out of nowhere. I didn't even know it dropped. One of my homies hit me up and was like, "Yo, the Vulture 2." And I was like, Lou, I got through the first 3 songs. I'm like, man, I'm turning this off. And I'm like, nah, I'm on that. Let me give it a full listen so I can give a full, honest answer. When he got to Lifestyle, I'm like, okay, then you got me on Lifestyle. You can skip the next few songs, but I will say the last third of the album isn't bad. Once you get to 530, you get to Sky City, songs like that. I'm going to put those on a playlist. But as far as the rest of the album, I'll probably give it one more listen just to make sure I wasn't tweaking, give it the car test. But nah, yeah, the uninspired, yeah, I can't do. I can do bad, I can't do uninspired.
Yeah,
Better
yeah,
than me.
yeah. I know me. I'm the biggest Kanye apologist on earth. I don't think he's missed until Saturday. This project, even though it was teased earlier in the year, it was supposed to come out in consecutive months with Vultures 1. The next month is will be 2, and the next month will be 3. Fast forward 3 months, and now we're getting 2. So how we still have songs where he's mumbling, how we still have songs where it sounds like it's a reference track, how we still have song like his kids are on one of them in the middle of the album. Bro, I was like, what am I listening? This was the first time I was like, what am I listening to? Like it sounds like throwaways. It sounds like reference tracks. I don't know what Kanye's talking about on here. I used to think that the whole man, he sounded like he rushed this. I used to think that was an excuse. This sounds somehow 3 months rushed. I mean, even though it's 3 months late, it's still rushed. I don't know how that happened. There's no single. There's no rollout. There's no nothing, dude. The Yeezys are on sale on clearance right now on Adidas. That's the rollout for this. Like I don't get what's going on. I'm confused. It's almost like it's an unofficial Kanye project. It sounds like an unofficial project, even though it's not. There's no merch.
What was that
mixtape? Like he just woke up and pressed the little button on Apple, dude.
What was that random mixtape where he had to throw some D's on there? He had to throw some D's in the remix. Like when that dropped, it's like that. It's like just some random put together joint. You don't even know if it's official or not. That's what it felt like. You're absolutely right.
Facts.
Why do y'all think he would rush it out?
I have no idea. That's the problem.
Is it attention? Is it like a money thing for a check? Nah. Like, why do you think he would rush and just put something out like this? Because he cared too much about music. We know that. We've heard the stories.
He used to.
Oh, we recorded this 56 times. So you think the passion gone? Because it definitely sounded like with the couple songs I heard, it's like, oh, he don't want to do this no more.
Exactly like what
you're describing Kanye West. This is Ye. I don't know what Ye cares about. That's the thing. Who knows? Remember back in the day when he was running off on the music video with the footage, like, no, you can't stop my music video. I'm doing this no matter what. That person is not here anymore. They're long gone. I don't know who this nigga is right here. This ain't it. And Vultures 1 had some joints on it to me. This, I think I like the song with Wayne. That's all I got.
Yeah.
Song Wayne was tough.
Yeah.
That's crazy. You mentioned this Ye being different. I'm rewatching Entourage for Culture Garden, and I seen Ye on there. I forgot he on this season, man. It's a totally different person. This nigga was shy, it's a totally different person. It's crazy to watch, man. It's insane.
His first miss, though.
Moving.
Be clear.
No, it's not. It's not. He been missing for the last half of his career. He's been missing, brother.
That's cap.
Speaking of a nigga that ain't missed lately, my guy Killer Mike, he put out a brand new project over the weekend, the first one since Michael. It is called Michael and the Mighty Midnight Revival Songs for Sinners and Saints. Rich, I'm going to start with you since you just left a Killer Mike show, and then we'll toss to AB. What did you think about this first project since the Grammy Award-winning album, Michael?
Yeah, man. If you're watching on YouTube, you see me with the merch on. Got the Michael hat with the halo with the devil on the M's. Killer Mike puts on a great show. Pretty much performs Michael top to bottom. So if you get a chance to go see him in your city or at some festival, definitely check that out. He got the Mighty Midnight Revival, who puts on a great show. With that being said, I enjoyed the project. Started out with heat. Very short, I think a little bit shy of 40 minutes. My issue with it, I'm sure, is everybody else's issue. He has songs that are from Michael that he just kind of put new beats over, remix. He did the Slumber for Junkies, which he used two songs, which is in some way a little bit unique, but we've already heard them and the originals are much better than what you put out on here. Here's something interesting that I will say. At his show, he talked about sweeping the Grammys, and he said he's going to sweep them next year. It makes me wonder if he has another project coming, because I don't think this is the project that's going to sweep the Grammys next year. But he did say next year he is sweeping the Grammys again, which gives me hope. This is just a little EP, because it's really 7 songs. It's 10 songs on here, but we heard 7 of them. And maybe this is just a warm up for something else he got coming third or fourth quarter. But I enjoyed the project overall. I'm going to be bumping it. Not better than Michael, but still enjoyable music. I love Killer Mike, man.
Baby, what say you?
Yeah, I like the project too. It's a very small gripe with Killer Mike, is that when I hear his albums, specifically these last 2, and I fuck with Michael heavy, they both remind me of something else. That's my only issue. I thought Michael reminded me of Sci-Hi's No Dope on Sunday, and this sounds like Donda, like a down south Donda, which is nothing wrong with either one of those, but I immediately think of that when I hear it though. And I really want to hear something that just sounds like Killer Mike, if possible.
That's interesting.
Because, but again, it's not it's good music, and I think it works. But it just sounds like a version of something that someone else has done. That's my only minor critique. I do think it's dope. I saw your boy Belly Gang Kush on here. I love that Killer Mike put him on the project. I thought that was dope. Mike got his ear to the streets, because that's the first major person to put him on a project. So that's hella respect. I like to join with Anthony Hamilton on it. I thought that shit was fire. It's good music. It just reminded me of Donda. It just gave me super Donda vibes.
I didn't think of that while listening to it, but when you said it, it immediately clicked. So that makes sense. The No Dope on Sundays, I don't know if I agree with it. If I could see it, I think it's a better version. And I really like No Dope on Sundays. But if it is a version of it, it's a better version. But I see the vein that you're in there. I was surprised to hear the remade songs. I was on the college while I was listening to it. So I was like, damn, did it skip back to Michael or something? Right. But again, it did have different beats. And I did remember just the lyrics. So that kind of was strange. However, overall as a project, yeah, I enjoyed this. We talked about it earlier, AB. We want to see Killer Mike be more active. Like now that he's in that bag, I've won my Grammy. Motherfuckers are respecting my pen game on this side of the culture, not just the Run the Jewel side of the culture. I want to feed this side of the culture more. And I think that's what this is. I'm very excited to learn, Rich, what you're saying as far as if he think he's going to sweep the Grammys again, what he got in the tuck. I know with this Michael, though, I hope he don't rush it, because with Michael, I remember him saying it took him 2.5 years and a lot of time going back and forth with producers and perfecting it. I think he said he recorded 8 or 9 verses to that song with Future and Andre. So I really hope that he don't get knocked off his process trying to win a Grammy. I still want to hear like him be in that same lane, that same perfection mode that I feel like Michael is. I feel like Michael's a classic album, and to follow that up with something that's going to be Grammy nominated, he got to be in that same bag from a mental space and working on.
But remember too, though, even when I remember when he was on Breakfast Club, he said, Charlemagne said he heard the song with him and Andre, because he had more than just that Scientists and Engineers with Andre. He had another one that was supposed, and Mike was like, yo, depending on the success of this Michael, I might have another, big dog release with him on it. And so I was kind of like, damn, Andre ain't on it. That's a small letdown. So this almost feels like a deluxe edition of some sort to Michael.
That's what this is.
It kind of feels like that. And I don't mean that in a bad way. That's just kind of the vibe I got. But still, it's good. Good music is good music. He's doing his thing in the studio right now. He putting out good joints. If he trying to sweep the Grammys again, I'm here for it. He got my attention when it dropped.
Yeah. Facts. That is a fact.
But shout out to the show. But it was a good show though overall.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. Good show. Second time seeing him. I saw him. I looked up and got some tickets to Dave Chappelle's Yellow Spring Firehouse. It's his comedy club in Yellow Springs, Ohio, suburb of Dayton. It was about 200 people. I got tickets to see Killer Mike there. One of those no phones type of energies. And it was that's what made me go to this show. Because I'm like, that show was so good, I got to go see it.
Oh, that's dope.
So yeah, shout out to it's something like if you hear Motherless live, if you hear
cry.
Slumber live, yeah, man, no, it's an emotional show. It's an experience. If he says it, And it really is that. It's an experience. It's not just a concert because he got the live, the midnight revival. They can all sing their ass off. It's a time, man. It's definitely an experience. You feel like you experience something and witness something.
As long as they don't do nothing from
Yeah,
Run the Jewels.
love it.
Next up, man. Big releases coming up this weekend. Couple big dogs dropping, man. Lotto's follow-up to her last project. Her kind of stature has risen in the last year or two. A fan favorite of the show, Larry June, is also coming out this week. Big Sean makes his return out from the shadows of Kendrick Lamar. He was just probably trying to wait for Kendrick to go back in hiding so Big Sean could finally
Is this nigga gone yet?
Hey, is he still outside, man? All right, let me know when he's
Is
gone.
Debo gone yet?
And then also Benny the Butcher is dropping his second project of the year. He said he coming back out for the summertime. So, Lou, I'll start with you. Which one of these are you playing first?
I'll tell you what I'm not here for is Benny the Butcher in the summertime. He should have waited till August. Well, excuse me, he should have waited to September, October. Like, we want the hoodie music from you, bro. And I feel like that's why they losing that grasp that they had on that lane because they're trying to do too much other stuff. But I mean, I guess growth too. So it won't be Benny. Larry June is just like my favorite out of all of these, so it will be him first. It should be Sean, though. I ain't gonna knock Big Sean like that. Big Sean got the pedigree. He's been doing, as of late, as the rollout, when he had the interview with Charlamagne, the songs, the freestyles, like he's earned, I want to check this Big Sean out when it dropped. It's just that he's not one of my favorite guys anymore as far as music because he's been gone for so long. So for me, since Larry June has been active, and I am more of a Larry June fan, I'm going to hit play on that Larry June first, but I don't want to be disrespectful to Big Sean at all in the sense of a lot of people are going to hit play on that at midnight. That's one of those albums because people are going to want to hear a lyricist like that, especially with the time that he's had off. And I don't want to be disrespectful to Lotto either. The last time that she dropped, both you and I, AB, had her album ranked very high. Lotto is one of the ones that people don't give credit to as far as being, she in that lane where she's very, very pretty and her assets are very nice, but she can rap her ass off too. And you can't put her with like Sexy Red and people like that. Like, she for real about this. So I am going to be interested in that Lotto as well, but the Larry June is going to be first for me.
All right, Rich, man, what's getting that first spin in the Jeep, bro?
If you're familiar with Spike and myself's work, you already know we share the same brain. Larry June, by far, that's the first thing I'm listening to. Shout out to y'all, Out the Way music. I think he is like at the top of the game in that as far as like the newer, he's a newer rapper. He's not young per se. But as far as like he's been building his buzz up over the past few years versus some of the older artists that you talked about last week or a couple weeks ago. But yeah, that Out the Way music, he does that to a perfection. I'm looking forward to Larry June. It's rare that he misses. I don't think there's a June project that I haven't liked that I've disliked, should I say. Then it's Sean. I am a big Sean fan. His rollout, that Charlamagne interview, kind of like he could have just kept that. There was something about it that just seemed a little bit off with that. I don't know. It's like he was trying to force himself to. He was trying to remind us that he's important. And it's like, Sean, man, you are who you are. Like, you good. Like, I promise you. We all know you can rap. I'm a fan. All that. Sean's gonna be second, Lotto third. I'm not listening to Benny the Butcher till he cut his braids.
Benny the Butcher braids are nasty.
Sick.
It's disgusting. That is disgusting.
That's sick.
Like, you need a friend. Like, somebody by you need to be like, bro, come on, what you doing, bro? Like, I had to do you that time, maybe, with your braids.
What in the world? I had hang time. You ain't talking about nothing.
Yeah.
I convinced AB to cut his braids, man.
I had hang time.
It was a Benny the Butcher situation. It was a Benny the Butcher situation, man.
Sometimes I rock the baldy. Sometimes you got to let it go. It's just time. Like, come on. Letting it go is one thing, but trying to have braids when you need to let it go is insane.
Yeah, that's wild.
And no disrespect, we're a long way.
At 40, though, like, you ain't even a young nigga that's bald. Yeah, you like a nigga that's supposed to be bald trying to do the braids. That's crazy.
Yeah, and Benny can rap. I'm not trying to, I'm being somewhat facetious when I say that. Benny can rap. I'm going to listen to the project. But we're a long way from 97 Hole. We just a long way from Tana Talk 3 and what got me into Benny. I don't know what it is that he's kind of lost along the way. I'll listen, but it's definitely going to be my last listen of this. I'm not joking when I say I'm listening to Lotto first.
Yeah, I'm with you. Same for me, though. And I like Benny. And I like the Everybody Can't Go project. And I like the album two years before that. I can't think of the Reasonable Doubt. I forgot. Whatever.
The one with Hit Boy?
Yeah. That shit was hard.
That joint went.
Yeah, that's it. Proof, burden of proof. Damn, that's the name of it.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
And I bang with all of that, but this summertime Benny, I don't equate summertime with Benny the Butcher. He doesn't make that type of music, so that's not appealing to me at all. Like I don't even know why you would call it that. I don't even know why you would drop now. There's no need. Halloween Benny, Halloween Butch. Okay, cool. I'll sign up for that. I don't need the summertime. I'm cool. With that being said, it might be fire. It's just getting played last. Lotto will be played before that because I am a fan. I think she's pretty dope, and I think I liked a couple of singles that she's put out recently. Larry June, I'm a big fan of June. I'm a big fan of Big Sean. Like you said, out the way rap is my vibe right now, and Larry June is one of the leaders in that. And when you say somebody's in a bag, Larry June can't miss right now. He's found this sound.
Mhm.
He has found his lane, and he is sitting that motherfucker comfortably. And I look forward to them 1.5 projects he drop a year, and they have not let me down in what seems like the last 8 projects. So I'm super looking forward to that. But Big Sean's getting my first play. He came out in 2020 last. It's been a minute. He sounds hungry on these joints that he's put out. I'm very interested in what he got to say. The interview with Charlamagne, I didn't watch it, but I did see clips and stuff. I think my man's catching a bad rap for his explanation of why he's not marrying Janae, but I'm double-digit years in, so I know what he was trying to say. And if I wasn't double digits in, I probably wouldn't know what he was trying to say. But I am looking forward to that. I'm gonna press play on that first. But trust me, I can't wait to listen to that Larry June. I may just wait till I get in the whip for that though. At the crib, I'm going first.
That's the perfect time to press play on that June. I agree with y'all. I think the Charlamagne interview is a good rollout for the people who want that from Big Sean, but for other people who, I know I said it in the chat with us, Rich, is like, I'm not that interested in you, bro, to sit here. Like, a nigga sent a 3-minute clip and I ain't even want to see that. I was like, just play the album, bro. I'm good. And that ain't no
Maybe he just need
disrespect
to
to
come
Big
out with
Sean.
a different attitude, man. Like, what if he came out and was like, man, fuck this
Maybe
shit.
that's it.
Y'all got me fucked up.
Yeah, maybe if
I
he
don't
went out
know.
as Zen,
Yeah,
yoga, shit, then people would be interested. And yeah, this ain't the year for that, bro. Did Cat Williams let us know very early, like this is not the year for that, bro. Like we ain't no the train has left the station for that shit, my nigga. Try that shit next year. Maybe you get on Shannon Sharp in January of 2025
set the
and
tone.
set the tone for that shit. Yeah, so maybe try that. But no, I look forward to this big musical weekend. Larry, and last thing too about Larry Jones, he's one of the niggas. Like the aesthetic goes all the way from the music to the
Facts.
cars to the merch.
The
I see the nigga
videos,
in videos on
the
like
album
the
covers,
interviews are on yachts. Everything makes sense. It
the
all lines up.
vlogs.
That's one of the rare times that somebody gets it all. It's every time it's right, bro. Every time. You don't never look at that name like he's doing too much or he ain't doing enough. It's perfect every time.
Yeah,
Shout out to June, man.
his brand
Killing it.
his brand aesthetic is extremely consistent. He got that down to a science.
The brand is strong. All right, man. Next in these quick hits, Ninth Wonder. He goes and he says that adult contemporary hip hop should have its own category at the Grammys. Well, Q-Tip, a vet in the game and has seen this happen before in other genres, he didn't take too lightly to that. AB, I will toss it to you. What do you think about what Ninth Wonder said, and what do you think about Q-Tip's response?
This was a very interesting conversation that Ninth Wonder brings up because he referenced R&B and he said R&B has multiple categories at the Grammys. They have best traditional R&B, best progressive R&B, best R&B album. So there's different lanes, so to speak, of R&B that they do for the Grammys. And now we're in a space where age is not, you're not out-aged in hip hop anymore. LL just dropped a super dope song and he at least 50. And people are looking forward to an LL project for the first time in probably 15 years. What sparked this conversation was the Common album. And so it's like, it's a situation where the Common and P Rock joint, which is a different type of hip hop than, who knows, the Jack Harlow's of the worlds or whoever the case, or the Lil Uzis or whatever that may get
Or
nominated
Rob
for some
49.
Grammys. Yes,
Yeah.
he's right. There are different lanes now, and it is kind of weird. Well, it's gotten to the point where it may be some time to expand it a little bit because there are so many different lanes. So I'm not mad at that. I get Q-Tip's point. Q-Tip was like, first he said, don't call it contemporary hip hop, call it something else. But then he kind of reversed back and was like, actually, never mind, just keep it in one category. You don't want to make it divisive. And I'm like, yeah, but R&B doesn't feel like that when it comes to the grind. Nobody's looking at the R&B categories as it being divisive because there's more than one. So I'm not sure how that would play out in hip hop. I wouldn't mind seeing a 40 and up, a contemporary hip hop category, because that Common and P Rock is banging. Like that shit is tough, and it's something completely different from this June, Big Sean, Benny, or Lotto that's coming out this weekend. They're two completely different joints, even though they're one type of album. So this would also eliminate when Tyler the Creator comes out with his harmonizing album and he wins Rap Album of the Year, and he's like, this ain't even rap, but they gave it to him anyway because he's a rapper. That would eliminate that shit. So it's just something to think about. I'm actually not mad at the idea.
Big Rich Town, what say you?
I'm not mad at it either. I've been saying for a while, who was it that just dropped? Blast just dropped that fire ass album. And I was having a conversation like, man, Blast, Roddy Ricch, A Boogie, like all of them need their own kind of genre because they're not singers, but they're not your traditional rappers either. That's the interesting thing about hip hop. We are witnessing the first generation to still rap in their 40s and 50s consistently. You know what I mean? All the relevant cats from the 80s, KRS-One, yeah, be relevant.
Yo.
Like all of them, like when I was, early 2000s, back when Hove and all these other rappers were on top of it, they were I didn't hear old rappers like that. It was lame to kind of be old and not wanting to. Yeah, it was lame to kind of be old and not wanting to rap. Like that's the whole thing. But now it's cool. And I think Nas's King's Disease projects and all of that made it a cool thing. And I think we really have to really start categorizing. Now I understand why my parents only listen to old school. They kind of took that music that they loved and grew up with because their genre grew and they weren't necessarily willing to grow with it. Like I rock with the new stuff and everything everybody doing the right ways. It's not for me. I respect what it is and I respect it as an impact. But I'm at that point of life now where I'm going to be listening to the people I listened to in high school and the newer cats that I hear now. Maybe there's a few young cats like a Corday or whoever. If you can consistently drop some good projects, cool. But if you look at my playlists, if you look at my music, man, it's still the same stuff, our artists, just their newer versions of it. And I really had that thought when I was listening to that Ye. I'm like, oh, it's okay to just be cool with late registration and graduation and all that. Like I don't necessarily have to listen to all this stuff.
Yeah.
And it needs its own genre. I think it does. I wouldn't be mad at it at all.
I was just doing a Nick cut, Rich, because I was agreeing to what you said about the old rappers. Like you couldn't pay us to listen to Big Daddy Kane or KRS-One or Public D, and like we knew what it was and we respected it for what it did to what we listened to. But I'm not riding around listening to that, and there was no point in time that I was riding around listening to that. However, and I don't know if that's still true today. Like I don't know if the kids like look at a Jay-Z or a Killer Mike and be like, bro, what? I'm not listening to that or listening to that dude. But hip hop has grown enough to where we do listen to it. And that's like what we gravitate to. So I think this is an interesting discussion in the sense of the R&B categories with it, because you're right, AB, they do have different R&B categories. They have different rock categories. They have different country categories. Like it's bluegrass country, it's traditional country. I think they may even have a contemporary country category. And none of that's divisive. So why would it be divisive for hip hop? The only controversy I could see is how you would class it. Maybe if it was an age cutoff for it or an age starting group. Because what I could see happening if I were Killer Mike and they put me in the old nigga category, but I had the best album of every nigga category, and I wasn't considering it old nigga shit. Like I don't consider it contemporary. I'm considering it regular hip hop, just like I want to go against Young Thug. I want to go against these niggas to show that what I'm doing can compete with them, even though it don't sound like it. So that's the only like thing that I could see as to where people would be like, I don't know. But I don't think it's a bad thing having different categories as long as defining them and the criteria is very clear.
I mean, they've done it with the song category. There's best melodic rap performance now. That can't be more than 5 years old. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that didn't take away from Killer Mike giving a shit he won best rap song. If you know what I'm saying, if I'm Gunna or Roddy Ricch and I win best melodic rap performance, nigga, yesterday's price is not today's price. I don't give a shit what category it is now. Like I got that gold jewelry, nigga. Hey, the ticket just went through the roof. I don't give a shit. So but I think it'll show love to a lot more people, and I feel like we wouldn't have so many people mad at like certain artists getting the short end of the stick. Like you might see some Royce the 5'9s being nominated. You might see some Joel Ortiz's or fuck it. They just need to make the out the way rap category. Fuck it. Just call it that. And
Yes,
start showing
credit
love.
us.
Yeah, straight up.
I'm
That's
down
real.
for
That's
it. I
real.
don't
That's
know why
real.
Q-Tip. I don't know why you tripping.
Yeah, that's
he
some
in
old
it.
niggas.
He don't want to be. I think it's what Spike said, man. I don't want to. I still feel like the product I can put out is the best, not just the best for old niggas. And I think that's probably what he truly thinks, even though we
But
don't
that
think
ain't
that.
true.
No.
I'm about to say
Yeah.
he don't think
It
that.
won't matter
Yeah.
when Travis Scott drops Astro World. Nobody gives a shit. Respectfully,
Yeah.
like it's just you're not gonna compete
Yeah.
with that,
That's
bro.
Facts. Like
that's
you,
real,
like
man.
Common has an amazing album that we talked about with Pete Rock. Nigga, if Lil Baby get out of a slump and come out next month and has a banging album,
With a
I'm
song on the
sorry. Like,
radio
I'm
getting
sorry,
crazy
Common.
spent, bro. Nobody gonna.
Yeah, like I'm sorry, bro. That's it.
Yeah,
But yeah, so tis life.
interesting. Same for this next artist, Cardi B. If she ever drops, we're
Mm,
gonna discuss if that's gonna happen, man. She
mm.
announced she had a very eventful weekend. Well, really single day. She announced her pregnancy. It's like 3 months, 5 months, I don't know. Pregnant on the same day that her divorce from Offset was also announced. That's a wild
Mm.
24 hours right there. That, of course, in many people's eyes, puts her album that was supposed to come out this year in jeopardy. Rich, I'm starting with you. Over or under, if you were a betting man, over or under 1% chance we're getting that Cardi B album in 2024.
Oh, under. That's not happening. It's not happening this year. It's not happening this year. I thought it was going to be over under 1%. We get it at all
It could be that.
because it's creeping towards that. Let her keep making this money in these other lanes on some Rihanna shit. Like, why do I need to make music? I really have to be inspired. But no, this year under 1%, 100%,
Damn.
100%. We're not getting that out, unfortunately. And it's Cardi can rap her ass off, man. She makes bops every time she on a feature. That shit going. I would listen to a Cardi album if it dropped right now, but we ain't getting it.
Lou, are we ever going to see the light of day with this Cardi 2024 or beyond?
No 2024. That's out. Like all the major life changes that are going on right now, I could not see her doing an album rollout because her biggest fear as an artist is going to be, I've been working at this shit for 6 years. I finally put it out. And now every time somebody asks me about something, it's about my baby or about my ex-husband. Nobody's even talking about the album. Even though in today's times, being in the media, that's the rollout now. These things would usually suffice for a rollout, but she's expressed this. She said that she want people to judge her for the music. She said that she don't think that it's ready yet musically. So if the music is going to have to take a backseat to the rollout, I don't think that she would be happy about that. And hence, I think that she would weigh the pros and cons of dropping it right now, even for regardless of what the label say. I don't know how much power the label got. I'm not a music insider like a Joe Budden. He tells us, if you listen to his show, he tells us that it's got to come out, that the label is going to make her do that. I don't know those things. I don't know if the label can make her or can't make her. I don't know how that happens. But what I would say from a personal perspective, I do not see, from her personal perspective, I couldn't see her going through a rollout, going through an album drop, and I couldn't see the label wanting to do it without her participation, without her going out there doing interviews, being on to the Today Show or wherever she can be visible at. So under 1% that we get it this year, maybe in 3 years, which will make
But
10.
2018, man. Like, my goodness. She
that's
dropped in
nuts.
2018.
Maybe when because even now, if you think about it, like one thing Rich said, she's making plenty of money outside the space, and no new mother is trying to go back to work, bro. So if the album ain't done right now, then you thinking about maternity time, and she got enough money to take years off. And then now, if it is done right now and she don't drop it, that shit gonna sound old.
Yeah.
So you're looking at almost a 3-year window before it's like, okay, the baby's 3, the nanny, she good with the nanny. I don't need to be around her as much. And I can work on an album and focus on an album. Like you talking about 2-3 years at least, bro.
Yeah.
Y'all pointed
crazy.
y'all pointed, my fault, AB, real quick. Y'all pointed it out a while back. The fact that she's never even toured Invasion of Privacy lets me know that music's not at the top of her list.
Yeah. And that goes to what I was saying. It's a 0% chance the label won't drop it if she can't tour. That's first off. You know, like there's no way on earth a artist of her magnitude at this point is dropping an album without a a ridiculous rollout, big boy single with a big dog feature, and a tour to follow immediately. The tour link go up the same day the album come out. If they can't do that, it's over with. Like it's not coming out this year. And I thought it was real this time. Now it feels like she's slick doing this shit on purpose. It's almost like she got pregnant on purpose. That's what it feels like. As a way to get out of work. Because she'd rather have another daughter or son. Because because here's the thing: when you're famous, Kim Kardashian made the blueprint. You can use your family that's another job. Like that's another check. Honestly, you don't have to go rap and do shit, bro. She can go do one feature a year, maybe two. She's still popular enough where people will get her. They will want her on their remix of a hot record that already is out. They gonna call her. She's gonna be like, yo, let me get on your song. Nobody's turning that shit down. They're gonna be like, bet, let me get that. And she'll show up for the music video and then she'll go back home and play with the kids, dude, and let the checks come in the mail and get and get checks in the mail every other day and be cool. So this for the first time, I'm actually thinking that it's not gonna happen at all.
Any one of these streaming services will give her life-changing money to do a show. Whatever kind of show she wants. If it's a reality show, if it's a Cardi B talk show, like this is literally one of them people when you think like she never has to rap again. And the downside of rapping is probably ways greater than the upside of rapping for her, unless she loves it. And we've talked about this several times on this show. Like it ain't too many artists is like, oh, I love this shit. Like we grew up on. And I didn't even knock to them. Go get your money wherever you can get it. But if this ain't something that she wants to do, like she ain't never gonna have to.
Yeah. Nah,
shout out to Hove, man. Fuck being famous. I came to get this butter.
Yeah, no, she listen, coming from her background,
even
where she came from, she's done a fantastic job of escaping all the shit. She ain't got to worry about none of that shit no more.
Facts. And that's the interesting thing, those guys that say, oh, I never really care about rap versus a nigga like Hove who planned to stop after one album. It shows you he claimed he don't love that shit. He love that shit, nigga. Yeah. Like, you don't get no 444 if you don't love that shit. Yeah. You don't get more albums out the Reasonable Doubt because he had the money if you don't love it. And I just, newer artists after that generation, they don't feel the same way about it. It ain't about that for them. It was like how much money did I make?
Yep.
Agreed.
Crazy. All right, man. This is going to be right up your alley, AB. Before we get into the wins and losses of the week, ATL popular influencer, Mr. Hotspot. He denied Drake and Yachty clearance to sample one of the songs or post or some shit that he had on his page. He didn't want them to sample it because he's a changed Christian man and he didn't like the tone that the song took. So he says, I'm not going to clear it. So you know what Yachty did? He snuck the song to the most popular streamer on the planet Earth. And from there, it got ripped down and put onto YouTube. And now it's out there. And Mr. Hotspot is begging them to change this. Who's right? Who's wrong in this situation? AB, I'll start with you.
Listen, we've seen people, whether it be a label not letting someone release a song, whether it be a sample clearance holding up the process, and people say, man, fuck this, I'm gonna leak it anyway. Like, who gives a shit? People have done that for whole projects, much less one song. And that has tend to work in a lot of people's favor. I don't know if that's the case with this. The song has been getting a decent response. I mean, like you said, the streamer is the new marketing promo, and the Mr. Hotspot dude just said, man, let me re-record it clean. Just let me redo the sample and do it and just have it clean or whatever the case may be. And there, I don't think Yachty was really trying to hear that shit. So he just put it out anyway. He can still perform it. And to my knowledge, I could be wrong, but I think he can still slick perform it. Who the fuck knows? I don't know what Yachty got going on. Yachty said he's getting off of the internet anyway because he's tired of this shit. He tired of getting asked about Drake and Kendrick. He tired of all that bullshit. So he
been saying stupid shit and getting backlashed.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, exactly.
He's been saying
he's about to fall back from all of that shit. But the song sounded okay. I don't listen to streams for songs. Somebody wake me if the official release comes out. But I'm not mad at taking it in your own hands, man. I'll never be mad at that. And I'm not mad at Buddy. Like, yo, can y'all just like I ain't really on that no more. Can you let me redo it? I'll redo it. There's a compromise there. I ain't mad at that either.
Mm-hmm. Rich, what say you?
Yeah, one of those rare I see both side moments. It's not really as black and white as it might appear to be. Um, Yachty say he just listened to Black album for the first time. That nigga crazy. So
Oh yeah, that was interesting.
whatever he says, that was crazy. But all right, so I'm one of those people, man. We all got to pass. I get it. I get it, Mr. Hotspot. You want to be a different person. You change your life and things like that. But that's still something that you did and you put out. Is that the only version of that that's still out there? He got that clip from somewhere, right? That the original clip is still on the internet somewhere, right? Are you going to all these people and tell them to please take this down off your page because I'm a changed man? I get it though, because this is directly influenced by popular artists. A lot of people are going to hear this. They might not have been thinking about this clip, but now they will hear it. So I get that side of it on some respect shit. Like, yo, if this is something of mine, if I had a clip out there and I didn't want it on the song or an artist I didn't fuck with, he was using it, I'm a pull up type of nigga anyway. But I do everything in my power to make sure that that's not being used. But on the flip side, Yachty, like I said, man, bro, this out here already. You already said it. Okay, I respect the fact that you changed. But that don't change the fact that you made this clip 3 years ago and whatever the case may be. So there is a compromise, like AB said, that can be made. Sure, redo it over. But I'm not doing any kind of clean version. I'll just take it off. If I'm Yachty, it's not that deep. Like, if you're really telling me that you don't want it on there, cool, I'll take it off. It's no different than the whole Drake Halle Berry slime situation. Like, bro, if you don't want it, cool, I'll take it. It's not going to impact the art. It's not going to impact it. That one little part's not going to change the song. Sure, I can get it off, but at the same time, if I'm Yanni, I'm still telling him to fuck off while I'm doing it. Bro,
Yeah, my take may be a little different in the sense like it's art, bro. You don't own it no more. Like you put that out there, you may be a change, man. It's cool, but I feel like artists, like once you put a song out there, once you put whatever it may be out there, you even try to take the legal action and keep it from the people and go through the court process and you win, that's cool. Then you did what you needed to do. But if it still makes it out there in a leak or like you said earlier, ABI can perform, bro, like you got to eat that, man. Don't keep coming asking me to take shit down the chain. I ain't doing none of that shit, bro. I already done put it out. If you want to sue me, nigga. Like it's over for you now. And I don't want to change it to drop a wire reference, Rich. I know AB gonna get this. That's not right. Like when
that's
when
not how the game is played.
That's not how the game is played. Like you can't take no call back. No, we ain't doing that, bro. So yeah, you can be mad about it all you want. You can sever the relationship with me if you Mr. Hotspot and I'm Yachty. But bro, this is a Drake song. This is a Drake song also that I think is a smash. This is a Drake song that Drake is my friend and I think he needs it right now. And I'm gonna do whatever I got to do to get it out there. I'm not gonna stop it because you're a changed man. That's cool. I congratulate you and your family, thoughts and prayers and all that good stuff, bro. But you're not stopping what I'm doing over here. You're an artist. It's art. You put it out. It's no longer yours. It was yours in the process of making it or whatever it may be. But now the people own it. If somebody just ripped something down from this podcast and took me all out of context, yes, I would be highly pissed off. I put it out there though. Like I said it, or even they manipulated me to say it another way. Like it's not mine anymore. I've gave it to the people as an artist. So I don't feel any type of sympathy for Mr. Hotspot. That's just how the game go, bro. And I don't blame Yachty at all. Like I'm doing this, bro. Especially if I feel like I need one and I'm Yachty. Like, come on, bro. I'm running this. And all the only thing that's stopping it is you saying you some nigga that found God now, bro. Good luck to you. We'll figure this out later.
I will say, and I'm double checking and reading up on it. He wanted them to record a clean version of the song because the song is called Super Soul.
Oh,
so in order for him to clear the sample, he was like, "Can y'all do a clean version?" That was his trade off. And but you know what? As the owner of the sample, you do have the right to request that. This is not a first. Beyonce did the same thing to Fabio Foreign. He sampled "Say My Name."
That's been done before.
Him to change 2 lyrics on there. And he did because he wanted that. He wanted to use the fucking Beyonce sample, nigga. So he didn't have to. He can be like, "Fuck that, never mind."
And that's where it goes to leverage, what we always talk about because we like to focus on the business aspect sometimes. Like Beyonce has that leverage to do that. If I'm reaching out to Ronald Isley and I think the sample is that fucking fired, and Ronald Isley be like, "Yeah, you can use it, bro. Just don't cuss." Yes, Ronald Isley, I'm going to do it. Mr. Hotspot. Hey, man, I'm Yachty, bro. I got Drake on this song. I can reach out to Casanat. I can reach out to these niggas that's going to get this shit out here. And like, it really don't even matter what you say. I was just showing you a courtesy because we from the same town, homie. But like, since you're trying to stand in the way of progress, like, I'm sorry, you don't got no leverage.
Hey, picture y'all was in the studio all night long, had a banger, nigga, and y'all, you got this loaded up.
And then the nigga told y'all, I found God.
And the TikTok influencer is like, "No, I don't want to clear it." You be like, "Nigga, I didn't know this needed to be clear. What the fuck?"
Man, nigga, what is you talking about?
He was reviewing rap snacks, nigga. Stop. Like, chill,
Stop
man.
playing
Let
with
me
me,
use
bro.
this shit, man.
Like that, I would have been offended, really, if I was y'all. I would have really been offended. Like what? You don't
I
take this
seen
check?
I
Shut
seen
the
Lil,
fuck
look,
up talking to me, nigga.
I seen Lil Yachty at California Pizza Kitchen one day. And he was in a green Bentley. That
Did he
motherfucker
have,
clean in the motherfucker. Not even gonna lie. The Bentley truck. I'm like, damn, crazy.
yeah,
My
man.
my mixtape
Yeah,
coming out
okay.
this week. Fuck it.
That's funny.
Next up, man, more political talk. Amber Rose, who
Drake
was just
Drake gave it him as a
recently,
gift. That was a gift from Drake.
clearly, Amber Rose, man, just recently was over kicking it with your man Trump at one of his events. Says that Kamala used Megan Thee Stallion, who was here in Atlanta the other day, to pander to black people. I'll keep it simple. Rich, does Amber Rose have a point?
Uh, yeah, but so does everyone. So is Donald Trump. He's using black people like he's using the Detroit niggas and everybody else to pander to black people as well. Like, and I don't even know if it's pandering. I don't even know if that's fair. I think it's just a regular campaign trade. Hove and Beyonce showed up for Barack Obama. Like, this happens. This is what it is, and it's obviously it's the pot and the kettle situation because it's coming from Amber Rose, and you're like, all right, of all people, you're the one talking. Um, but it's yeah, sure, whatever. Like, I know a lot of people had their comments about it, but at this point, in this point of my life, like, I expect stuff like that. We living in an episode of the Boondocks. So I'm not really shocked by seeing Meg Thee Stallion perform Savage and twerk on stage. I was waiting on, and thank you, AB, for correcting them and making sure they said her name correctly. It is Kamala. But yeah, whatever. Yeah, you're right. So, and all right.
You team Amber Rose on this one, team Slut Walk, Lou? Where you at with it?
No. The irony in this, like like Deadpool and Wolverine quote, read the room, bro. Like, what do you think that you were just doing at the Republican convention not too long? You think that they were there to hear what you had to say? Well, they were pandering to a group of people who knew your face and hoped that they watched just because you were going to be there.
Didn't
This
she make
is
a rap video for that? Didn't she make
yes,
a rap video?
yes.
All right.
This is an insane quote. Amber Rose, one of those people who think she way more important than she is, and it's starting to get annoying. It was cool when it was the slut walk, yeah, like celebrate the slut cause. I'm cool with that, but now you over in politics and you trying to criticize. Like y'all said, this happens. This is every election cycle. We go back and forth about this pandering shit all the time amongst each other. For her to involve herself, having clearly just been used to pander to a group of people by the other party, is insane. That bag that she got from the Republicans must have been astronomical, and she still has to be out there towing the line. I'm assuming that they gave her a call on the back phone, like, "Hey, remember that bag we gave you? You have to say something about this twerking thing too. Like, you won't call until the election is over." But yeah, she sounds insane saying this.
Yeah, I mean, it's like you said, obviously it's pandering, it's promoting, it's marketing, whatever, however you want to spin it. You know what I'm saying? Like, depending on what side of the fence you are, that's what word you're going to use to defend it. It's no different. I'm going to tell you what this looked like back in our day in 2000, 2004, because all they're trying to do is get the
Rock the
young
vote.
vote. Nobody gives a shit about anybody at the convention. If you got dressed and drove to a fucking stood in line and went inside of a political rally, you're voting for whoever the fuck is inside. It don't matter what's about to happen in there, dude. So they're not talking to you. They had Megan Thee Stallion up there, so those 47 cameras that were in there shooting in 8K will have this plastered all over TikTok and social media. And so it's going to reach the people who weren't in the room. That's the whole purpose. Back in the day, they did the same thing, except it was on TRL and it was on fucking BT where they used to sit around and they had the little politician in the middle and it'd be all kids right there. It's the same thing. They're talking to millennials and Gen Zers, and this is the way you do it in the social media era. It's been happening our whole lives, dude. Like, I don't understand. That's why when Umar was like, I predict she's going to meet with a rapper. I was like, bro, no shit. What are you talking about? Like that, bro. Listen, I knew this year was gonna be some small just because it's an election year period, and then we seen who was involved, and so we knew that this was gonna get stupid, but it doesn't annoy me any less when people like an Amber Rose who has a giant tattoo on her forehead is calling out somebody else about something. Like, bro, Please sit down, man. Like I don't need the streamer dude. Like Trump just went on this little stream Aiden Ross dude shit. What is
Aiden
he
Ross.
call that? Is he doing the
Yeah,
same
that's
thing?
exactly.
He's talking to the youth, dude. I get that, bro. I don't get it. People act
Have
brand
y'all
new every 4 years.
have y'all seen Amber Rose's profile picture on Instagram?
No,
Mm-mm.
I don't even know if I can pull it up.
we
It probably
can't
won't
look it
Because
up.
show
of
it. Either
background, I
way,
think.
it is a picture of Easy E, but instead of Easy E, it's Donald Trump. He's got the shades on. He's got the afro coming out the side, the Jerry curl coming out the side with the hat, like he will wear the Raiders of the Sox
That's
hat, but it says "Make
nasty.
America Great." It's in black and white. And you talking about pandering to the youth and black folks? Like that's your profile picture on your page. Come on, man. What we talking about? What are
Yeah,
we
man.
doing?
The conversation around Meg, we didn't talk about Meg being there. We did talk about that last
Yeah.
week, right? Yeah. The
But the
conversation about her
conversation
being
has changed. I mean, it's gotten progressively more, divisive since we talked about it. But yeah, we touched on it a little bit because people are like, oh, she was
yeah, like
twerking at the blah. And again, that's not for the people in attendance. The people in attendance didn't give a shit. Trust me, no
no.
one walked out of there that said, man, I'm not gonna vote for Kamala because Megan Thee Stallion was just on. No, not one person, dude. Not one.
The the niggas that have to be on a moral high ground. Oh, we got girls twerking and we should be worried about the issues, niggas that came out of the woodworks. Like them niggas are disgusting.
Bro.
Like, bro, yeah, we understand where the economy is. We understand the state of the world is in. We know all of that, nigga, before you got to point it out and say, oh, Meg's up here twerking. How could y'all not care? Nigga, shut up.
Gas still
Shut up,
450,
nigga.
bro. We know it was 450
Hey,
before
nigga,
she
yes,
twerked, and it was 450 after, bro.
I
What are you
can't
talking
believe niggas
about?
was acting like they were so offended. Like, I'm offended by it. Well, we better than that as black people. Man, also like, nigga, shut up.
Like,
Shut up, nigga.
I'm not. I'm watching it. Shit.
Right.
So,
I'm not. I'm cool with it. It's fine, nigga.
yeah, it's
I'm
cool
that
with
type of
me.
nigga then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm that type of nigga. Nigga, I'm cool with it. So what?
This makes me
All
less
right, now
pissed
next
off that
before we
gas is 425, actually.
backs. Actually get
Uh,
something good to watch. All right, man. Next, Nas, who is, been doing this thing lately with Hit Boy and those albums. He's working with Glenn Morel Miranda, whatever the dude name is that did Hamilton.
Yep.
If y'all familiar with that, they are working together on a album that's based off the classic movie The Warriors. Now, I'm not sure if Nas is going to be rapping on this, guys, but he will be executive producing this. So 2 questions. Will you be here for that project? And 2, using a movie, what would be Nas's version of American Gangster?
Mm. Mm.
Rich, you got that?
Who you want to go with it?
Rich,
That is
Rich,
a
I'll shoot
great.
it to you.
That's a great question. The first part was, am I here for it?
You're here for that Warriors project that he's going to executive produce. It's going to be like a compilation.
I think Nas is somebody who would master a concept album because he already has the inspiration material there. He's not having to come up with it on the spot or use his own life for it. I enjoyed those King's Disease and Magic projects. Towards the end, it got a little bit okay, but they had a nice run. Him and Hit Boys, and it was enough for me. I think that made new Nas fans. I know people personally. Shout out to School. School wasn't a Nas fan until King's Disease, and King's Disease 2 came out.
Damn, that's crazy.
So I think, I think in order to reach a whole new generation, he got the confidence and that approval from those projects. So I've always been curious to know what he's going to do next because they did announce that that's it for them. They ran 6 projects. What more can we ask of them? I want to know what Nas sounds like with another producer or other producers on a project. And I think a concept album is a great way to get there because once again, it's already there. They talked about how inspired Hove was after seeing early screening of American Gangster, and that's what the album came from.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great question. For some reason, I'm gonna say Fresh. I think Fresh will be a Nas concept album. I could see him in that lane.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's
It's
really
got to
good
be
right
something. It's got to be some kind of. There's a better way. Some kind of Spike Lee joint. What am I trying to think of? Do the Right Thing, like something like that. I can see him 100% being in that lane and really doing it. If I had to pick a gangster movie, like traditional, probably King of New York.
Oh, of
Yeah.
course, Christopher Walken. Yeah, that was
Yeah,
Yeah,
perfect.
Christopher
for
Walken.
sure.
Yeah.
It's an easy call. Now, listen,
Uh,
I would rather this news be Nas and Premier project, which they've been teasing for a stretch now, that people have been waiting for. With all due respect to the homie that did Hamilton, I'm not into musicals like that. I know he's behind like In the Heights and a couple of Disney joints or Pixar joint, whatever. I don't need the Nas executive produced musical. Cool on that. But to be fair, I've never seen the Warriors. It's a little before my time. Uh,
KB,
but
that's crazy.
bro, shit came out in the 70s, dude. No, it's not actually not crazy at
No,
all.
no,
Stop it. It came out in '89, bro. You was
yeah, I'm about to
7
say
Really?
years old.
Warrior.
You
The
was
Warriors
a
came out 70, say
teenager in
1979.
'89, nigga.
It came out
I thought it was
79.
'89.
No.
You was a
Oh yeah, I thought
teenager
it
in
was early
'79.
'80s. Yeah, it was '79. You're right. You're
No, it's
right. Yeah,
You was
79.
a
it's
teenager in '79,
Y'all,
nigga.
I
Act
was say
like
y'all niggas was outside in 79. I wasn't even thought of yet. Nigga, but I haven't seen it. But I
the
do know it's
Warriors used
based.
to come on TV every Saturday.
Man, I was outside.
But
You know
my
what I'm talking
bad.
about? Roaming them streets, north side
No, stop it.
Nashville. You were inside, sir.
God.
Eating
No.
Lucky Charms and shit, watching the Warriors, apparently. Nigga. But no, if I had to pick a concept movie for him,
A lie detector says that was a lie.
it would probably be probably like a mob type joint. Like I see like a casino type or like a Goodfellas or something. I could kind of see Nas pulling off something like that. Kind of makes me think of the video with him in Vegas when in the suits and shit. Like I could see him doing
with
something. That
Frank
should,
Vincent.
yeah. I could see him doing that. Should be kind of
Yeah, shout
fire.
out
But I'd be down for that. I'm
Donnie
not interested.
Brasco.
Yeah, exactly. Something like a Donnie Brasco, something
Yeah.
like that. I'm not interested in this Warriors project at all, though. Not even gonna hold you.
Would you be interested in if he was rapping? Like if it was a Nas, if it was like American Gangster,
Possibly,
would
but
you
I've
go
never
watch
seen
the
it.
movie and be like,
There you
I'm
go.
saying,
I
would you
haven't
go
seen the
watch
movie.
it and be like, I want to see what, would this
I'd have
make
to
you
watch
want to
it.
watch?
Yeah, it would.
Got it.
It would. I would watch it if this was like he was doing it like American Gangster. I would go and see the movie immediately. Actually,
When I originally read it, that's what I thought. I thought it was like, I didn't know what the playwright dude came in at, but I thought he was going to take this and do it like Hove did American Gangster. But after further research, he's just going to be executive producing, which I guess is interesting because the movie is a classic. I can't believe that you have never seen it. The
never,
Leeches with the dude. Come on, man. Come on.
never heard.
If I had to, y'all had some great answers. Any one of the mob movies, he would absolutely smoke. Y'all have already mentioned most of them. The two or a couple that I had I thought would be good was one, The City of God. If y'all have seen, I know y'all seen that. Like I think Nas would absolutely body
that's a good one.
telling that story. Like just that would be some dope ass Nas shit. And then the other one would be, and I guess it's not maybe like Good Kid, Mad City, but the other one would be Trey's perspective from Boys in the Hood.
Oh,
Like I feel like Nas could tell that story very well. Like just giving Trey's perspective and seeing what's going on. Because he almost do that anyway from an East Coast perspective, but just having him tell that story, that would absolutely be fire to me.
I can see that.
That would be fire.
Nah, for sure.
That would be fire. I like that.
I'm here for a concept album from somebody from a.
You just gave my man's an idea. If he listens to this podcast, I guarantee not Nas, man.
Hey.
What's my man's name? Why can't I think of his name? I'm tripping.
Simba.
No,
Joyner Lucas.
he made the Will Smith song and shit. Yes, thank you.
Joyner Lucas.
Joyner Lucas listening to this right now. He is 100% gonna do that
Mm-hmm.
and do the Trade Boys in the Hood concept. That fits him 100%. Yeah,
you're right. That's a good call. I would
man,
definitely.
my bad. I fuck with Joyner Lucas. I don't know why I blanked on his name like that. Shout out to Joyner Lucas.
It's easy to do,
Last
man. It's
album.
Joyner Lucas.
Hey.
It's easy. Very, very easy
Last
to do.
project was fire.
Thank you.
Last project was fire. I gotta give him props. Gotta give him props on that.
No, it was. I listened to it. That song with Jelly Rolls, bang.
That's tough.
Yeah,
Man, listen, before we get out of here, let's get to some of these wins and losses. First up, win or loss. Drake did a little quick pop out at a Party Next Door show and announced that they have a joint album coming in the fall. Rich, is that a win or a loss?
That's a win. That's a win, man. It's time to move on. It's time for the next phase. At the end of the day, as much fun as we had with the Kendrick beef, I'm Team Kendrick all day. Drake is Drake. It didn't change anything. Social media did. It changed the whole, people got their jokes off. But if I'm Drake, if I'm in his camp, if I'm like managing his career, it's time to get back to it. No raps. think Mo said that. I want to give him some credit. No raps for a year. Don't get none of these niggas no raps. If y'all was acting like this towards me, cool. I'm gonna do the R&B shit. I'm gonna get back in that bag. I know people making their jokes about he kept Party in the sweatshop, and now since he need him, he gonna pull him out. But I would listen to a Drake and Party album or EP, whatever it is. And I'm not gonna say it's gonna make people forget, but it's gonna help everybody turn that chapter. They can get back to the music, especially if it's good. I've always been saying Drake just drop a hit, and it's cool. Drop a Tootsie Slide and keep it moving, man. Go on with your life. It's a win for him.
This is a W. I agree with most of what Rich said in the sense of, bro, like, okay, the beef shit is over, it's done. I ain't gonna chase a ghost around and continue to try to be petty or win this beef months down the road. Like, I'm moving on to the next phase of being a mega superstar. That little beef shit was cool with you rap niggas. I lost, shake hands, we out. Now for to take Party to the next level. So it's a W. To have the option to be able to even do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not a P&D fan. Honestly, I can't really get into his music. I do like a couple of joints that he does with Drake, though. But I think it's smart to do a joint project, though. Drake hasn't missed with those up until this point. And this makes more sense than him doing something like with one of these noob niggas that he's been running around with, like a Yachty or something like. I don't want that, though. So this makes more sense, and this makes people think of maybe like a little bit more of like a throwback Drake. And so I can see that why there's a little bit of a buzz around it. I think it's a smart play. Even though I may not be the biggest fan of it because I just don't like Party Next Door voice at all. He can write his ass. That's crazy.
That Come See Me, one of their best songs.
That's banging, though. That's banging. I will say that. And that Recognize, too.
That shit bag. Yeah, that too.
W or L, man, Lou, Metro Boomin is donating $20K to single mothers at each of his tour stops with him in Future.
Round of applause for Metro Boomin, man. I love to see it. We know the unfortunate events that happened around his mother. So to continue to be tapped in, I came from a single parent household, a single mother household. So for continue to be tapped in and knowing what that 20K could mean to a mother out there trying to raise her kids, send them back to school around this time of year, like when it comes to stuff like this, Metro Boomin always hits it out of the park. So this is a big W.
Rich, what you think?
100% W. Can't find anything wrong with that. To anybody who donates money, the one thing I would say, and this isn't to Metro, I'm sure he's already on top of this. Obviously, just want to make sure you know who it's going to. It's not just some organization that says they're donating it. I want to see that money go to the people that need it. I think Hove had a line about that on Beach Chair, talking about I gave him the money, but he didn't get his time. So in reality, I didn't get a dime or a damn. Just make sure it goes to who it's supposed to. So if you're donating to people, make sure it touches who it can actually touch. That's for everybody else. Not Metro. That's an incredible dub. Shout out to him.
Yeah, we talked about this before. Foundations and charities, the actual people see about 15 to 20% of that whenever someone donates something. Mm-hmm. The rest goes to admin. So I don't know the specifics. I like the gesture. I respect it. I'm single parent household as well. Them 20K would have helped a lot back in the day.
Facts.
Times we in now, I'm sure somebody can use it. So that's dope. Shout out to him. It reminded me of your boy Finesse. Remember when Finesse was on tour, he said he was bailing somebody out.
Bailing people out in their city.
On a non-violent offense. So that was cool too. One more. WLTI mistakenly arrested at the airport. Wrong Clifford Harris. They were looking for another Clifford Harris. Rich, W or L?
It's an L for whoever arrested him. Like, come on, man. What are we doing? What are we doing? Like, come on, man. Like, at this point, like, I literally would have thought if I was Tip, I'd have thought I was on Punk. I'd have thought Ashton Kutcher brought the show back because you got to be fucked up. It's one thing if you get me and there's probably not too many other Kyron Richardson, but if you get me and somebody else with the same name mixed up, that's one thing. That's T.I., man. What airport was it?
Atlanta, Hartsfield.
I thought it was Atlanta.
All right, stop.
Y'all playing with
they fucking with they playing with him, man.
Y'all
stop.
Playing with me.
Come on, man. It's an L for whoever arrested him. It's an L for the whole scenario, man. Stop it, man. Come on. Y'all being funny now. Y'all done gone too far with the comedy. Y'all done gone too far with the comedy, man.
Lou, what you think?
The level of rage that I would have, like I couldn't imagine, especially us knowing what he done been through. like having the whole skit on the Heavy as a Head that Wears the Crown album, like of how he got arrested the other time, seeing him on Punk'd and seeing that, and y'all are playing with me, telling me y'all got a warrant for my arrest. Like it gotta be a description of something in the computer, bro. Like even before you do it, if you the security guard or the police, like Rich said, like y'all need to make a phone call or something, bro. You need to make sure you got this absolutely 100% fucking right. 'Cause I would hate to say this, and I know like celebrities like T.I., I'm sure don't like saying it, but nigga, do you know who the fuck I am? Nigga, I ain't just no random ass Clifford Harris walking through this airport. Like, please do your job a little bit better, bro. Make an extra phone call. Show you give a fuck. Don't just arrest the nigga because like I would have been beside myself, bro. It's just a loss.
Yeah, it's definitely a L. I remember I got somebody rear-ended
You
me.
got a common name though.
I have a very common name, but I don't have a common social security number, nigga. I have one. It is unique to me, but they still thought I was somebody else, dude. And I'm like, fam, this is very simple. Even if it is the same name and birthday, I assure you the socials ain't the same. Like, we can go ahead and clear this up right now. We ain't got to put no cuffs on nobody. We ain't got to do none of that. So this just gave me flashbacks. I was annoyed and I'm not famous. So if I was famous and rich, I'd be extremely annoyed. Like, why are you fucking with me? And I'm sure T.I.'s heart fell through his chest when they put them cuffs on him too.
What I done did now, boy.
Oh,
Jesus,
shit.
man.
Listen, man, we're going to your
God,
on
I'd
record
be
of the
so
week.
messed
Shout
up.
out D Williams 325 on YouTube. Said still loving the pod, man. Came here just to co-sign Spike on that freeway stimulus package too. It is complete flames. Shout out to Public Enemy B. This Hove call for the Family Feud list is hilarious, and it is mandatory. That shit should have happened for real. For real. Hove should have called Family Feud and be like, "Hey, this Hove, y'all can go ahead and pack up. Yeah, it's y'all last week.
I'm buying all this shit, nigga.
I'm buying. I bought all this shit. It
Everybody
just
out.
happened. Don't even worry about it. Rich man, give me something to put on, bro.
Oh man, put on Culture Guard podcast. If you are into film, that is something that you would really enjoy, man. I promise you, it's not like anything else you've heard. We give a lot of information. I guarantee you'll learn something new, and there will be some great banter. Like I said, my dog Spike Lou. We're on season 4. Season 4 will be dropping this week of Entourage, best episode ever. Just to explain the concept one more time, instead of making a top 25 episode list, we go season by season and we pick out the best episode for that season. They all move to the finale. At the end, we'll discuss all those finale episodes to crown the best episode ever. We're doing Entourage right now. Check us out over there. Yeah.
There it is. Lou, put me on something.
My put on is a little late because I'm just now getting to this show, but I have been pleasantly surprised by it. I thought it would be some complete ass and slaw, and people have been telling me to watch it, but I have refused.
Yeah.
But I am on episode 5, and I'm impressed. I'm not disappointed at all. That is Peacock's Bel Air. Niggas telling me
You won't watch Bel Air?
a dramatic. I refused a dramatic version of Fresh Prince. Who wants to fucking see that?
That shit good as hell.
But it is. You're right. It's an amazing job. The characters are done flawlessly. Like that great representations of the characters. So if you were holding out like I was holding out, go check that out. And side note, Coco Jones is at number 1 on my list. Jesus.
That's Nashville
it's a
too.
fine specimen right there, man.
I
She from Nashville?
She from Lebanon.
Oh, okay. You being liberal with the Nashville talk. A North Sider would do that, but yeah.
My favorite piece of merch is my Coco Jones t-shirt. Shout out to Coco, man.
Lord.
Yeah.
Her new song banging too. With the Lenny Williams sample.
They got Jeffrey Wright on there.
Super sleep.
How they got he hard
I
on
fucks
there.
with Jeffrey. I'm only on episode 5. He just did the first Jeffrey, like,
okay.
I mean, this who I am. This ain't the butler, nigga. Like, I'm gonna take care of this shit. But yeah, and again, I thought it would be like reachy, very reachy, but it's like right. It colors within the lines as far as what you expect from the characters. All the characters do a good job in acting. I'm thoroughly impressed. I ain't gonna hold you. Yeah, I was asleep. I was wrong about that.
That shit is fire. They made a smart move by not making him a butler, but making him like a fixer. Like that was smart. And they got like Uncle Phil, young looking, like he kind of like on some fly shit. Like these niggas cool. Like
these niggas you want to see on TV.
Right.
Like these are niggas that you want to see on TV. Like ain't no weird shit going on. At least I ain't got to it yet. But yeah, this is what I want to see black people.
You get to Michael Ealy yet? Michael
not
Ealy out
yet.
here making chaos, man. You know Michael.
Oh
Ealy.
yeah, that was funny.
I ain't got to him yet. I know how he get
Yeah,
down.
yeah. We'll talk about it when you get there.
My put on is a put off. If you were planning on seeing Trap, the movie, the new M. Night Shyamalan movie, save your money and save your time. Most importantly, save your time. You can't get that back. This shit was complete and utter trash. The first 45 minutes, I was letting a couple of things slide because I was mildly entertained. And then the second half, the rest, I was literally pissed off in the theater. I had the ice grill on my face at the screen as one ridiculous moment after another kept happening.
Oh my God.
And I was looking around the theater like, am I the only one seeing this? Because and I'm a huge M. Night Shyamalan fan. And I don't know how the same person that made Signs also made this shit. It's impossible.
I'm laughing because usually you exaggerating with this, but I swear to God, I was the same. I felt so disrespected. And if you want to laugh, we did a review on Frames Per Second where we talked about it. You want to hear 4 people shit on a movie? Go check out the movie review that we did for Trap. This is one of the most disrespectful movies I've ever seen in my life.
Now that's no
Like,
that's no
easily.
hyperbole, dude. That's no bullshit. If you've ever seen movies,
to see it now,
bro, like you can see,
Bro,
but you can see because it
it's a
started off
couple of
halfway
times-
decent though. It started off halfway decent. I was cool with it after about 40 minutes, but it took a turn that blew my mind, and I just couldn't believe the shit that kept. It's almost as if he had the first half written. And then somebody called him and was like, hey, we need the rest of this written by tonight. That's the only way they're going to cut the check. And he had to hurry up and write the rest in the night. No sleep, nigga, no Red Bull, nothing. Nigga, just write now, nigga. It felt like that. It was terrible.
Spike, season 4 Entourage, remember? That third act was fucked. I rewrote it last night. That's what he did. It sounds like...
It was some Billy Walsh shit. It was definitely some Billy Walsh shit. Like, there are a couple of times in this movie where you look at the screen and you're like, wait, what?
No,
and you're in utter disbelief that they tried to pull that off. It is insane.
It was like a Tubi movie, bro. The second half was like a Tubi movie, like dead ass, like one of BET Plus movies. With all due respect to BET Plus.
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
Shit was trash,
that shit was
man.
Crazy.
Super annoyed, guys. That's another episode in the books, man. Make sure youtube.com/OnDeckTV show. Jump in them comments. We appreciate it. Let us know what movie should Nas do a concept album on. That's what I want to know. And also, who's getting the first play this week? Larry June, Big Sean, Benny, or Lotto, or something else. Maybe we sleeping. Maybe you a Polo G fan. Maybe you listen to that first. Let us know in the comments. Check out every show again. Go back and listen to every show that Rich is name dropping. We all cooking on here. Lou got shit cooking. Make sure you support the team. We greatly appreciate it. Rich, we appreciate you pulling up, my big dog. Open invite anytime, fam.
How about to say, man, appreciate y'all having me. You already know what it is, man. I am, hopefully this is the first of many. Appreciate y'all, man. This is a joy.
Absolutely. We appreciate you, my brother. And remember, another week in the books. If you haven't checked it out yet, man, you got 100 great episodes to go check out. And you got a future book coming with Rich and myself, man. It's going to be 100 more, maybe plus episodes of great shit, man. So check for that in a week or two.
If you need to stop bullshitting, make sure you listen, man. I promise you, we will make sure that you're on top of your shit. Accountability program is going to be fire, man. Appreciate y'all.
Yes, sir. We out.